Good morning and welcome in, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, let's take a look at some of the hot topics that we're dealing with this morning. I'm doing it on my screen record screen like this just for the ease of simplicity until I figure out how to make it a little bit clearer on the bigger screen. I'm going to keep doing it like this because it makes it easier to see, and plus I can get more information out. So some of the things going on today is not just the charts. We've got a vote that's going to take place. And Garlinghouse, so Brad Garlinghouse is heading to D.C. as Genius Act vote looms as Bitcoin's at 105K. And I think it's imperative that we take care of this reading and then we go into the charts real quick, guys. I'll do about 10 to 15 minutes here, but then I got to get my son to school. So pro-crypto Senator Loomis, not so pro-XRP. Make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and join the over 38,000 subscribers. And share this on social media so that we can push through the algorithm and allow this to be seen by many. So let me do the intro and then we're going to read this, get to the charts, and then I'll release this. So good morning. 7:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So pro-crypto Senator Loomis, not so pro-XRP. The SEC versus Ripple case took a backseat on Monday, May 19th, as investors shifted focus to the crucial guiding and establishing national innovation for U.S. stablecoin Genius Act vote. While the bill relates to stablecoins, the outcome of the vote could prove significant for XRP and the broader crypto market. Pro-crypto lawyers believe that if the Genius Act failed, it could shelve all other crypto legislation until 2029, potentially adversely impacting the crypto market. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse shared news of a trip to the Capitol Hill to champion pro-crypto legislation, stating, heading to DC to champion sensible pro-crypto legislation and crypto stablecoin news, or stablecoins and market structure, and I'm very encouraged to see our elected officials look at crypto as it should be a multi-chain industry. However, not all lawmakers are welcoming, Garlinghouse remarked. That said, Senator Cynthia Loomis, as chair of the Digital Assets Subcommittee, canceled the meeting with me and won't reschedule. As a leader in Congress and senator from one of the most crypto-friendly states, Wyoming, I hope you will reconsider and be a leader for all of crypto. Senator Loomis' pro-Bitcoin stance didn't go unnoticed. Pro-crypto lawyer Bill Morgan commented, I posted many warnings about Senator Loomis. Some of her comments put her alongside some of the worst Bitcoin maxis around. She is a champion of Bitcoin exceptionalism, not a level playing field. Senator Loomis' influential position on Capitol Hill could derail any lingering hopes of XRP becoming a U.S. strategic reserve asset. In January, XRP climbed to a high of $3.39.99, based on a speculation that it would become a strategic reserve asset. And for an end to the Ripple case, XRP fell 2.01% on Monday, May 19th, partially reversing Sunday's 3.18% gain to close at $2.38. The token underperformed the broader market, which dropped 0.86% to a total crypto market cap of $3.28 trillion. XRP's near-term price outlook hinges on U.S. crypto legislation, future court filings, court rulings, and sentiment toward an XRP spot ETF market. Technical support sits at $2.30. A break above May 12th high of $2.65 could signal a move toward $3, which I agree with. $2.65 is a major pivot point, and to break that would lead you up over $3. With the potential to reach the record high of $3.55. And you can just see how all this stuff is playing out. I'll save this, let's see. I'll save this for further discussion. We could read more into this, maybe in the live. Let's see. Let's continue on. My left eye is just going a little watery this morning. I have keratoconus in my left eye, so can't really see out of it to begin with. Bitcoin joined XRP in the broader market in negative territory on May 19th. Investor caution about the Genius Act vote overshadowed the effect of Net inflows into the U.S. Bitcoin spot ETF market, typically bullish for Bitcoin price trends. I don't really care about all that stuff. I just wanted to talk about the congressional stuff. We can go deeper into that in the live later on. I tried to do a live yesterday, but YouTube wasn't having it. I know some of you know the issues on YouTube trying to go live and trying to make your settings, or it won't even go live and it'll just stop it. I know Gregory Mannarino is leaving YouTube because of the issue. I'm not going to do the same, but we'll just deal with the annoyance as it comes. But I know Gregory Mannarino in like a month, he's going to be leaving YouTube because of all the issues and leaving the cabal, so to say. But it is hard for the free speakers. But 4 years down, another 15, 20, 25, 30 years to go is the way I look at it. XRP chart, just so we get on the same page here this morning. I think this is still the best chart to look at with this descending formation. And I think this is the best way to look at it. We get it into the 4 hourly and we can see. We're either back testing and we're going to hold this $2 and let's put it in real time. So in real time, we'll be looking at about that $2.30. We keep saying $2.29, which to me is the best area to look at, just because once you break that, it's over. If you were to break that area, you're done. You know, it just, we don't want to say that, but then you'd have to fall 10 to 12%, get down to that 207 to 209 area, and then you're really going to be coming up to some areas where you have to make a real tough decision here. But with the news, we know we're going to have that Genius Act vote. We know what's happening. And this could be a further hindrance on risk assets, but, you know, we have to take it as it comes. So don't get too emotionally detached from the situation, kind of, you know, be like, oh, well, nothing's going our way right now, because we still have broken out of this formation. And as of right now, we haven't given it back. So that $2.30, if we can hold the 200-day right here, if we can hold the pattern breakout on the back test, still a very promising setup. I did draw it yesterday just in case it came down to 209. You could see how it would rotate back down. But that would be 229 fails, and then it has a 20-cent drop. That's what we'd be looking at this morning, you know, or this in the next couple of days. But you would have to lose that area of support. Bitcoin's been all over the place. Down 470 bucks today. It's had a couple teasers of breaking out here, but it hasn't broke out just yet. Nice V-shaped recovery off the top. We have speculated here that we could come down and create an inverse right shoulder. Left side fully formed, right, or the inverse head. Right side breaks up, but now if we're going to fully form this, you'd get rejected just like up here, right where we're at roughly. We did one time get up to 109.5, so maybe we come up there, but in time, if we want to print the same as the inverse left arm, we'd have to come down to like 90K, 88K area. So that's something that is maintaining its prevalency in these charts, in my opinion. Now, you know, it's difficult, because do we come back down into distribution? Do we break right into demand? We seem to not have enough strength right now to get back into the demand zone over the top, and therefore try to break out into discovery. It looks like we could be printing a possible, I don't want to say this, but a possible bear flag. It is possible. And that bear flag, as we've said for the last several days, you know, this kind of stuff could get you down to where you retest the outside of the box and then you start to do something. So that's what we're watching for. And I know a lot of people, because the titles sometimes are bearish, they're like, oh, I'm not watching this. You want to know whether or not it's going to have a small drop, whether or not it's going to have a rise, whether or not we're back testing certain areas, what is in the zone, what's within that range. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to retap the distribution box? I mean, if this bear flag plays out, yeah. And it had a small rising wedge over the top that turned into this little bear flag. So, I mean, it's all lining up in stationary levels. So, what do I expect today? I mean, it kind of looks like we're flipping bearish here a little bit. XDC down 1.2%. Same thing. Tried to push up, but now it's starting to push back down. If this loses the support right around 6.9, I mean, I could see this coming down. And not just where we're at right now, like a back test. And this is something that, you know, I don't want to say it's an urgent matter, but it's definitely something to pay attention to. If these break down the 200-day, there's a very real chance you could see XDC back down at 4 to 4.5 cent range. And we're starting to teeter on this range. Like, are we talking about a 40% drop in XDC? I don't know, but it's possible. It is definitely possible. And oftentimes you don't continue to rise out before backtesting the monumental breakout areas. And that's one of two spots where we had to break out, went to resistance. Now, could we be coming all the way back for a backtest? That's what we'll ask ourselves. That's the question. And we'll dig into this deeper when we get into live tonight. So with that being said, make sure to hit that like button. I release this. Make sure you look in the video description below and our pinned comments or my homepage on YouTube. I encourage you to look at Bitunix. They have the lowest spot and leverage trading fees, lowest maker taker. They're available worldwide, including the USA for XRP, IOTA, ALGO, XDC, and so many more. Saves you a lot of money on fees. I wish I would have known about them in 21 and known that they didn't get rid of XRP even during the times of the lawsuit. So if you have a reason to support them, one, you can swing trade without getting charged up the ass with fees. Two, you can support an exchange that did not get rid of XRP despite the legal uncertainty. And one, this exchange, if you use it, however, you'll have to send or receive from an exchange and or wallet and not send or receive from a bank account. So that's just the ways to do it. Pay attention if you made it till the end. Hashtag be better, do better in the comments.